Hello everyone, this is CC's Art and Stuff, where I make art and stuff, and today we got something special for y'all. What? Anyway, I decided to take a couple of old drawings from my Deviant. It's still active, by the way, but I'm not gonna tell you where it is because hell no. A lot of it's not really that embarrassing. I was always good at art, so I'm not ashamed of my past. No, it's kind of embarrassing. Kind of, but not really, but you know. Anyway, today I decided to draw old character of mine that I created a long time ago. I never did anything with her. I never did anything with this story, but it still holds a very special place in my soul. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to redraw this. I've always wanted to redraw this for like the longest time, but I never had the time or the patience or the need. I mean, I always had the need, but you know, whatever. In tackling this task, I went through some problems. As you can see, this video is way late. I usually want to post a video once a week at least. I was trying to do this picture and nothing was coming out right. She was coming out all deformed and her expression was wrong, and then her eyelashes are wrong and everything was wrong, and I couldn't deal with it. So I did this character in 2004. So that's like 13 years later. I decided to redo this again with a couple of changes. I didn't change the pose. That's the only thing I kept the same. Her clothes, which at the time I didn't know how to draw clothes. I thought it was cute. I wanted her in a dress. You know, whatever. She was a fighter. A little village girl who got kidnapped or whatever. It's a whole story. I would go into it. I'll probably redraw some other pictures. I drew a couple pictures of her. She was like a main character. Her name was Bunny because I couldn't think of anything else. I really got it. I love anthros, okay? For the longest, I wanted to do something with markers. And I was like, okay. I was supposed to use watercolors with cotton balls and Q-tips, but I wasn't going to do that again to myself. Like, I actually have supplies. I don't have to use cotton balls and cotton swabs to make pictures again. So I'm going to use my freaking markers because I wanted to use my markers, so I'm using my markers, so whatever. Go to hell. The way I tackled it is I wanted to change everything I didn't like from the original and just make it vastly superior. I don't know if I managed to do that. I kind of went a little overboard with all the details, especially the hair. The hair took me at least 3 hours to do. And this picture, overall, because of the hair and because of various technical difficulties, my phone finally decided, well, I'm not gonna record any more of your dumbass videos anymore. So it decided to stop working midway, which is why you don't have the entire inking process, which is bull, but whatever. I guess it doesn't matter because I spent way too long on the hair, and I don't think anybody's interested in watching me ink hair for 2 hours. So, yeah, that's why you don't have a lot of inking stuff that's happening. Anyway, everything else was just me having fun. I want to have fun. I wanted to do something different. And this is not much different, actually. This is just me not doing things that I was supposed to be doing for the longest. Like, these Prismacolors, by the way, I've had them since a long time ago. And I bought the 80 set, I think, and then years and years went by and I bought even more colors. Recently, I think it was 2 years ago, I bought the Skin Tones, which was like a set of 28, I think. because I was missing a couple colors, and I figured I might as well buy the skin tones, which some of the colors are missing or dying. Some of the colors that were dying were in the 24, skin tone set. So I'm like, screw it. And I come to realize Copic markers have refillable nibs and refillable ink and stuff. I'm like, I should have just bought some Copics, but you know what, whatever, I'll do that next time. These Prismacolors are like 20 million years old anyway. I'm surprised some of them work. In fact, I have a tendency to use goldenrod a lot, to the point where it was dying on me, and I was so upset. Goldenrod, and I think it was orange ochre. Those two colors are the ones I always use for like gold tones, and they died on me, and I was so upset. And you're gonna see that, like usually when I do marker stuff, it comes out smooth because I overblend, and it just bleeds through, and I'm like, whatever, and I color a hole into the freaking paper, which, by the way, I'm still using the Arts Alternatives very big sketchbook. It obviously, yes, it bled through. Obviously, that's the way I color markers. It's always gonna bleed through. I'm not even surprised. That's just a thing. That's just a fact of life. I just have to live with it. I'm sure there are paper out there that doesn't bleed, and I'm sure it's nice. And I'm sure y'all can have all the money in the world to buy really expensive paper that doesn't bleed. But I gotta deal with what I got. So I bleed paper like no tomorrow. So my way of combating this, because if the pages bleed, then you can't use the next 3 pages after that because it bled through all 3 pages, which is what happens to me. So what I do is I take printer paper, I stack like at least 20 printer papers in there, and and I just, put it on underneath and then just go to town, because life is short and I don't got time to be buying no fancy ass marker paper that is not gonna bleed my markers. It's just gonna happen. That's just a fact of life. So as you can see, it bled through. It bled completely through. I have a literal copy of the coloring process on various printer papers because it bled through. But like I said, usually my marker, I hate streaks. I cannot stand marker streaks for the life of me. So I overblend to the point where my markers stop working, and I overdo it. I admit that I overdo it. And in this particular piece, I killed my goldenrod, and I'm so upset because now I have to buy either an equivalent to it, or I have to buy the same one. And I don't even know if they make the same one in the same formula. I'm assuming they do because it's an alcohol-based marker. I don't see how they would change the formula. These markers are at least 8 years old. Like, I'm surprised they still work. Okay, this is another reason why I want to use markers. I've had these markers forever. I need to use them. So we're gonna use them. All those streaks. I hate streaks. I hate them. I see like professional comic book artists, color in with, Copics and stuff, and purposely leave streaks in their artwork as an aesthetic thing, I guess. I don't know. But I can't. I don't like it. It's just, everything I do, it looks smooth. Like, usually when I do have streaks in my color work, I usually get, I go over them with color pencil, and usually that kind of defeats the purpose. But this time around, I didn't do that because I did that in the original picture, but I didn't do that in this picture because I really was just like, I needed to do this. I needed to finish this picture. I owe my 19 subscribers a video. So we're gonna do this. And I enjoyed it immensely because it turned out really good. I mean, look at that. 12, did I say 12 years? I don't even know. Let's assume 10 years later, and I still got it. Shoot. All them people making fun of me, being like, you can't draw, you suck at drawing. Like, whatever. Look, I've improved. Sort of, a little bit. Just a little bit, just a tiny bit. I mean, her head is proportioned. That's an improvement. I mean, I kind of like gave her no neck, but I'm assuming she's hunched and she's getting ready to punch you in the face, so she don't need no neck. Besides, she muscular. Muscular people don't got necks. What you put 'em? You know? But yeah. I still wanted to keep the same color scheme, you know, the pink and the purples. So I kind of just like, I'm gonna give her originally I was gonna give her like a sporty dress shirt, but that didn't work out for various reasons, mainly because I drew this picture 3 times, by the way, and each version I couldn't fit in the skirt. And I couldn't fit in half her body. I drew it too big, which is never something that happens to me. Usually I draw things way too little for what I'm, like, the surface area that I'm drawing in. My composition sucks, in other words. My composition is balls, okay? So, this time around, everything worked out. It's in its place, everything. But I couldn't fit in the skirt because I wanted to be more flowy and stuff. And it didn't work out. So I was like, you know what? She's gonna wear shorts, because why she wears skirts anyway? She's a fighter. Well, she's not really a fighter. I guess I could go into the story. She was a farm girl who ends up getting kidnapped by an assassin. Well, not really kidnapped, but she kind of volunteers to help this assassin go and look for his girlfriend or something. I don't remember the story that well. And she, along with another, well, no, it's a bounty hunter. I remember. He's a bounty hunter. She goes along with a bounty hunter who kind of like recruits her, sort of. She kind of volunteers because he was going to burn down her village. So she decides to go help him so that he doesn't burn down her village. I don't remember what was the whole problem with that. And eventually they come across an assassin who also ends up helping them. And they go and fight this guy to save his girlfriend or something. I don't remember. I have it written somewhere. I swear to God, I have it written somewhere. But that's this story, and she's just a kid, and she's good at fighting because she studies under this guy who thinks he knows martial arts, but he doesn't know squat. But she doesn't know that, and she's like, master, and and he's like, okay, whatever. It's got something to do, and there was a whole problem. Story behind that as well, but I'm not gonna get into it because no one cares. So maybe some other day. Anyway, yeah, and she kind of like she used to eat these vegetables from this poisoned garden. Well, it wasn't poisoned, it was radioactive garden, and she didn't know that, so she would eat vegetables from the garden, and that's how she got super strength. Yeah, that's the story. That's why she has muscles. Anyway, she's kind of the muscle of the group. The other is kind of like, the other guy is a samurai kind of assassin dude, and the other guy shoots stuff. He has one eye though, because his baby daddy. Is that what you call it? I don't remember. His whatchamacallit, his dad took his eye out because he's evil. I don't remember the story. It's messed up. Anyway, nobody cares. I'm done with this picture. It's nice. I try to do some highlights with this. Apparently, Sharpie makes this white kind of paint marker, and I was like, hell yeah. So I got that, and this is what I use for the highlights. That's pretty much it. And I kind of use it also to like clean up a bit the picture. I overdid it with the highlights. I admit that. But I don't really care. It's because it's done. And it's over. And that's it. Anyone want prints of this, let me know. Sell it on Society 6 or something. Give y'all a deal. If you want. If nobody cares, then, whatever. Leave me something in the comments. It's like, yeah, I want a print of this. Look cool in my room or bathroom. I don't care where you push it. Anyway, anywho's, thank you all for watching, and let's check out a comparison of both the pictures. So on one side we have the older picture I did in 2004, and I was into Sonic a lot, so you will see like a little bit of that. A little bit, not a lot, because no, my boyfriend was into Sonic at the time, and I was like, oh, furries, okay. So I drew a furry, and I'm like, okay. And I based on this character, I made up a whole world with this particular, and I made 42 characters, which is why the story never became a thing, because I overwhelmed myself, obviously. 42 characters, come on. I can tell you exactly who these characters are, and what they did, and what purpose they had in this story. And 80% of those characters had no purpose in the story. Okay, but enough of that. I changed her wardrobe, and her hair is a lot messier. Now that I think about it. Huh. Okay, whatever. I like it. It looks cool. I like the new one. Same colors, same color scheme, because that never changed. I made her ears shorter because she's more of a garden. I forgot the particular species, but she's one of the ones you see hopping around, whatever. The ones you see at the park. I don't know where half of y'all live, but whenever I go to work, I see a couple of rabbits. Those are the ones that she is. And that's it. I don't know that shit. I'm sorry. Anyway, I also changed up a couple things. I gave her more of a rabbit nose, as well as the expression I changed a bit, obviously. I made her more proportioned. She got a booty now, so that's cool. She has like a white thing on her chest. That's the white fur, and then, you know, everything else is the other tone. That's really it. Her eyes are green. I think their eyes are still green. She always had green eyes. I don't know why she had green eyes. Why did she have green eyes? I don't remember. I have notes on her. I swear to God, I have notes. Oh well, whatever. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and we shall see you on the next episode.